There's a strange, quiet tragedy hidden inside Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis. It isn't about a man turning into a bug, it's about a man who lost his humanity long before his body did. Imagine waking up to a world that feels completely empty. Outside, the rain is falling against the glass, and inside, you're trapped in a shell. But in the background of your mind, a faint melody plays, a memory of life you never got to live. Before the transformation, Gregor was just a ghost walking through the life. Every single day, he woke up before dawn, packed his heavy samples, and boarded cold trains. He didn't do it for himself, he did it for his family. He took on their massive debts, sacrificing his youth and giving up his own dreams of love, romance, and warmth just to keep them safe. He gave them everything, but as the melody reminds us, sometimes we hold on to a beautiful dream of what could have been, while our real life slowly shifts away into the shadows. Gregor was a human being who was treated like a machine until one day the machine finally broke. And now, the family's reaction. This is the part that will genuinely disturb you. Gregor's father, the man whose debts Gregor spent 5 years silently repaying, picks up a newspaper and begins hissing at his own son. Then he finds apples and starts throwing them. One lodges directly into Gregor's back and stays there, festering. While Gregor continues quietly trying not to be a burden, his mother faints the moment she sees him, and Grete, the sister Gregor had been secretly saving to send to a music conservatory, she now enters his room only to sweep the floor. She stops calling him by his name. She stops looking at him. He has become a furniture. But here is the detail that Kafka slips in, almost quietly, that breaks the entire story open. Gregor's mind does not change, not even slightly. His body is an insect, but his thoughts, his feelings, his love for the people who are now throwing apples at him remains completely heartbreakingly human. He notices the morning light and finds it beautiful. He feels the specific loneliness of being in a room full of people who cannot see you. And he still, above everything else, loves music. One evening, the apple still rotting in his bag, Gregor hears someone from the next room, Grete, playing violin. The same violin he had dreamt of helping her play on a proper stage. And something inside him, something that had been slowly dying, suddenly tears itself awake. Gregor hears this, and he does something that no one in his family expects. He does not fight, he does not scream, he does not remind them of everything he sacrificed. He simply agrees with them in his own quiet way. Kafka writes that in his final hours, lying broken and starving in the dark, Gregor thought about his family with tenderness, with love. His last feeling for the people who had just decided to get rid of him was love. He dragged himself back to his room, and as the first light of dawn came through the window, Gregor Samsa stopped breathing. The cleaning woman found him the next morning, stiff, dry, already gone. And the family's response? They took a tram to the countryside. Fresh air, sunshine, plans for the future. Grete stretched her young body, and her parents noticed, for the first time, that she had grown into a beautiful young woman. And they began thinking about finding her a husband. Gregor, the man who gave them everything, was gone by lunchtime from their minds completely. And that is where Kafka ends the story. Not with grief, not with guilt, with a family on a tram looking forward in the sunshine. Kafka never published this story. He asked his friend Max Brod to burn it. Everything, every page. Max Brod looked at it and kept it. And because he did, 100 years later, we are still here talking about Gregor Samsa. Maybe because Kafka knew something that took the rest of us longer to admit. That the most terrifying transformation is not waking up as an insect. It is waking up one day and realizing you have been making yourself smaller and smaller and smaller for people who never once asked you to. Gregor did not need a curse to become invisible. He had been doing it to himself. One silent sacrifice at a time for years. The insect was just Kafka's final drawing to what it looked like from the outside. So here's the question this story is actually asking, and I want you to really hear it. Who in your life, right now, would still show up for you if tomorrow morning you could no longer be useful to them? Take a second, think of a face. Yes, that answer, that is your metamorphosis. Drop one word in the comments. Just one. Whatever the story made you feel. I read every single one. And if someone came to mind during this video, someone who gives you everything and is quietly disappearing, just send it to them. You don't need to explain, just send it. Sometimes a story says what we cannot. Subscribe for the next one. Same voice, same melody, different truth. See you there.